The news ran swiftly along the entire chain of outposts. And soon, a long, scattered line of laughing men could be seen hastening along the ditch toward the scene of victory.
For once, they seemed to have lost all their native reserve, for it was in wild abandon now they celebrated the triumph, as if there were no longer thousands of millions of merciless, cold, and hungry eyes watching them from the opposite bank. Watching and waiting. The sun sank behind the rim of the tamarind wood, and twilight deepened into night. It was not only hoped but expected that the ants would remain quiet until dawn. But to defeat any forlorn attempt at a crossing, the flow of water through the ditch was powerfully increased by opening the dam still further. In spite of this impregnable barrier, Lady Leiningen was not yet altogether convinced that the ants would not venture another surprise attack. She ordered her men to camp along the bank overnight. She also detailed parties of them to patrol the ditch in 2 of her motor cars and ceaselessly to illuminate the surface of the water with headlights and electric torches. After having taken all the precautions she deemed necessary, the farmer ate her supper with considerable appetite and went to bed. Her slumbers were in no way disturbed by the memory of the waiting, live 20 square miles. Dawn found a thoroughly refreshed and active Lady Leiningen riding along the edge of the ditch. The planter saw before her a motionless and unaltered throng of besiegers. She studied the wide belt of water between them and the plantation, and for a moment almost regretted that the fight had ended so soon and so simply. In the comforting, matter-of-fact light of morning, it seemed to her now that the ants hadn't the ghost of a chance to cross the ditch. Even if they plunged headlong into it on all 3 fronts at once, the force of the now powerful current would inevitably sweep them away. She had got quite a thrill out of the fight. A pity it was already over. She rode along the eastern and southern sections of the ditch and found everything in order. She reached the western section, opposite the tamarind wood, and here, contrary to the other battlefronts, she found the enemy very busy indeed. The trunks and branches of the trees and the creepers of the liandas on the far bank of the ditch fairly swarmed with industrious insects. But instead of eating the leaves there and then, they were merely gnawing through the stalks so that a thick, green shower fell steadily to the ground. No doubt they were victualling columns sent out to obtain provender for the rest of the army. The discovery did not surprise Lady Leiningen. She did not need to be told that ants are intelligent, that certain species even use others as milch cows, watchdogs, and slaves. She was well aware of their power of adaptation, their sense of discipline, and their marvelous talent for organization.
Her belief that a foray to supply the army was in progress was strengthened when she saw the leaves that fell to the ground being dragged to the troops waiting outside the wood. Then, all at once, she realized the aim that rain of green was intended to serve.